The Blood Angels are some of the most noble warriors in the Imperium, but they carry a terrible curse known as the Black Rage. Today, I'm building a captain who's completely lost to it. Hey everyone, Jam here and welcome to Bash and Brush. Now, like most kitbashers, you have to start with a base model. And while I was kind of sketching out this kitbash and trying to figure out what I wanted to go for, I was looking at a lot of different poses. But I have a very particular story in my head that I want to convey with this kitbash, and I wanted a pose that showed some aggression and movement, but also felt very unbalanced and unstable. Because this guy is busy losing his mind mid-battle. So I chose this intercessor body right here. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, I actually do own the Blood Angels Captain model, so you're probably wondering why I'm not using this, but that's for a future video. But I am going to steal some stuff from this sprue, and that's going to be the cape, the sword, and the belt. But we'll get to those later. Now, like I said, I have a very particular story in mind for this miniature, and one of the most important things to convey the fact that this guy's in the midst of losing his mind mid-battle is the fact that he's actually killed one of his own brothers. So I got this basing bit from the Primaris Apothecary model, glued him down in a position that I thought might work, and we'll be gluing the model to him in a minute. But now the first thing I actually do to the model is I want to put a blood drop in the middle of his Aquila. Now to do that, I got one of the arms from the Blood Angels Captain kit, and I just sliced off one of the blood drops from it. Then I went over to the Aquila and I just cut out the center bit of it, where the skull is, smoothed it out as best as I could, and just glued that blood drop down in the middle. Now you could probably green stuff this pretty easily, but I had the bit lying around, so why not? But going back to the belt that I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to be using that for the kitbash that I have planned with the Blood Angel model, so I'm going to stick it onto this guy. So all I got to do is snip away some of the plastic from the belt itself, and I had to snip some plastic away from the belt buckle on the miniature. Now one thing I did have to do was cut one of the pouches off of this belt because it wouldn't have fit. Now that was pretty quick and easy, and all I really do is I use my hobby knife to slowly carve away bits of plastic here and there, doing dry fits in between until I got it to fit decently enough. And as you can see, that belt on there really helps change this model up. And speaking of changing silhouettes and stuff, I get the cape there again mentioned in the beginning of the video, and I just straight up glued that onto this guy. It fit perfectly. But now onto the arms. Like I said, I want this guy to seem unstable. The pose I'm going for here is basically him leaning back, head in the air, just screaming out Horus or something like that after he's just killed one of his own brothers. And this arm fit pretty much perfectly. I like the direction of it, the open hand. It just felt very, again for a lack of a better word, just unstable. Not the elegant warrior that he should be. But the shoulder pad on this one wasn't fancy enough for me personally, so I got my hobby clippers out, and I haven't done this in quite a long time, and I just started snipping off the shoulder pad there. It wasn't too much work, but not my favorite thing to do with monopose models like this. And once I cut it down so I can get this shoulder pad from the Vanguard Veteran sprue to fit on there, it just felt far more captain-y for me, especially with a chapter as fancy as the Blood Angels. But now onto the next arm, and this one's actually from, I believe, the new Grey Hunters kit, and I just like the way it was really relaxed and kind of swung back. Again, it goes back to the whole pose of him just kind of throwing his arms back, head in the air, yelling kind of vibe. And once I got that into the position that I felt was right, I just glued the sword from the Blood Angels Captain kit onto this dude. Now once that was done, I kind of had the general vibe I was going for down, and it was just time to find the perfect head. Now Space Marines have a lot of yelly faced dudes, and I'm still not 100% sure this was the correct choice for me, because you know Blood Angels have got more of like a pretty boy beautiful vibe, and maybe this head doesn't quite represent that. But for me, it kind of showed a veteran kind of aesthetic to it. I mean, it does come from the Primaris Captain kit. So I just glued that on once again with the head tilting back quite a lot. And we'll be coming back to make this guy a bit more Blood Angel-y in a bit. One small detail I quickly added to this was adding a pistol handle, or pistol grip I should say, to the holster, because the original kit didn't have it. I did think of maybe leaving it out so it kind of looks like maybe he dropped his pistol in his rage, but it just didn't look right to me, so I just glued that in there. But now onto one of the most important parts to sell this guy as a Blood Angel, and that's obviously having long, luscious blonde hair. Well, in all the models that GW does now, they kind of have short, curly hair, so I'm going to go for something in between. Now, I rolled my green stuff up, but I actually used a lot more yellow this time to make the green stuff a bit softer and easier to sculpt and move to make this hair. And speaking of green stuff, I quite often get a lot of comments about people feeling uncomfortable and intimidated by green stuff, which I completely get, and I always tell people, you can do it. If you don't like it, you just pop it off. It's not that bad. But I will say is, even for someone that does this quite often, I think because I haven't done any green stuff hair for, I think like almost a year or two, I do feel quite intimidated and I wasn't quite sure where to start. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in because I know a lot of people are intimidated by it, and just wanted to let you know that I feel nervous and don't know where to start with things all the time as well. But getting back into it, I kind of just followed my green stuff fur that I make, and I rolled out these teardrop shaped bits of green stuff, trying to make the point as sharp as possible, and I kind of just worked my way up from the bottom of the head, working my way to the top. Now this is a very trust the process kind of vibe because it doesn't look very good at first. I mean, as you can see here, it kind of looks like he's some old man balding on top. But eventually when I got to the middle bit, I did feel like something wasn't quite right. And I think in hindsight, maybe I did the bottom tiers of the fur quite long and the top one short, whereas maybe I should have done it the other way around. So I kept adding more bits here and there till I got it to a point where I thought it looked decent enough. And yeah, just using my silicone shaper to kind of smooth and blend out that center bit, making that middle parting, flicking a couple pieces of the green stuff on the left hand side upwards, so again it looks like it's just blowing in the direction of the cape and all that. And yeah, like I said, it's the first time I've really done this sort of hair. I usually go for longer stuff for the Space Wolves, but I needed to make this look a bit more short and possibly wavy. I don't really know, but you guys can let me know in the comments below how you think the hair turned out. Now going back to a far more simple step, and that's rectifying a mistake that Games Workshop made while making the official Blood Angels captain, and that's putting him on foot. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like a Blood Angel captain needs to have some sort of jump pack. And for that, I raided the Vanguard Veterans kit again, and I just chose the most fancy one I could find. Yeah, and I just glued it on while trying not to ruin the green stuff because it wasn't set yet. But now, onto possibly the most important part of this entire miniature, and to be honest, it might make or break it, and that's adding wings to this guy. Now these wings are from the Drakari Scourges, I believe. But there's two kind of reasons why I wanted wings on this guy. One, I mean, it just kind of looks cool. But obviously, like Sanguinary Guard, they have wings. And obviously the newer ones don't, but I wasn't too sure because these are actually feathery wings, not metal looking wings. But then in my head I was like, well, this guy is going slightly insane. He thinks he is Sanguinius. So are these wings real? Are they part of his equipment? Or is it part of his delusion? Is he just seeing himself as Sanguinius with these giant wings? So I thought that was kind of a cool little lore headcanon thing for myself, so I just went with it. Now I didn't have to do much with these. I just kind of chose the wings that I wanted, the position, and they fit in there pretty much perfectly. Glued them in, and again, could make or break this model, so definitely let me know in the comments below what you think of the wings. And another quick side note, if you do find value in these videos and would like to see them keep on coming, then I'd really appreciate it if you checked out my Patreon, YouTube memberships, and maybe even use my affiliate link, all in the description below. I really want to get this channel to grow so I can continue to do weekly releases. But all I do now is I add a couple purity seals to this guy, just add a bit of movement, make him a little bit fancier, and now it's time for a painted up showcase. And there you have him, ladies and gents, in all his black rage, going insane glory. Now, like I said before, I made this model because I had a very particular story I wanted to tell. You know, mid-battle, losing his mind, thinking he's Sanguinius, and slaughtering his brothers. But I want you to let me know, did I convey that? Do you feel like this model and the kind of slightly diorama-esque base sell that story, or does he just look like a slightly angry captain? Because I could definitely see it both ways. Don't know if I quite nailed what I was going for. So I'd appreciate any friendly feedback in the comments below. And of course, if you did like the video, you know what to do with all the YouTubey things. Like, share, subscribe. Massively helps the channel. And like I said before, if you do want to support me any further, there is the stuff in the description below, you know, memberships, all that good stuff. Really helps me keep the channel going and the bits box full. And if you'd like to see any more Warhammer-y kit bashes today, check out this playlist I've tagged over here. But until the next one, guys, bye bye.